Call this meeting to order. Roll call, please.
Councilmember Amparano?
Here.
Councilmember Burnworth?
Here.
Councilmember Mendoza? Here. Mayor Pro Tem Obesa Martinez?
Here.
And Mayor Tucker is absent for the record.
All right. Can we please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? Where's Ms. Come on up. You're going to lead us. Yeah, come to the front. Right there. Right there in the front.
Ready? Begin.
To the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Do we have any adjustments to the agenda?
Madam Mayor Pro Tem, there will be adjustments when we get to the consent agenda. There are warrants involving council persons.
Yeah.
But other than that, there are no adjustments to the agenda.
Thank you. City Attorney?
Yes, the council met today in closed session and discussed the case of Novak LLC versus City of Imperial. Direction was given to council, no further report. The council discussed one item, significant exposure to litigation under 54956.9D2. Direction was given to council. Council did not discuss labor negotiators or any other items listed on the agenda. That concludes my report.
Thank you. So public comment, if you wish to address the city council concerning any item within the city's council's jurisdiction, please raise your hand and be acknowledged by the mayor. At that time, state your name and address for the record, and the mayor reserves the right to place a time limit of 3 minutes on each person's presentation. Do we have anybody for public comment? No? Any emails?
No emails.
Okay, moving on. So we're going to move on to A1, which is presentations. It's National 4-H Week. Thank you, everybody, for being here. So I'm going to read this out loud, and then we're going to take a picture here, and I'm hoping...
Logan has something too.
What happened? Logan's going to talk after as well. All right, so a proclamation. Whereas this year National 4-H Week theme is Beyond Ready, reminds us that the 4-H is building a ready generation in a world of change and equips young people with skills for the future. And whereas 4-H programs provide youth with hands-on learning experiences in areas such as science, health, agriculture, and civic engagement, fostering leadership, responsibility, and innovation. And whereas expanding from its strong agricultural roots, 4-H helps young people explore the world around them and grow into productive adults. And whereas National 4-H Week highlights the remarkable achievements of 4-H members and the invaluable contributions of volunteers, educators who inspire them and guide them. Whereas the City of Imperial proudly acknowledges the critical importance of cultivating the next generation of leaders in science, agriculture, and community development. Now, therefore, I, Mayor Pro Tem Ida Obesa Martinez, on behalf of the City Council, do hereby proclaim this week of October 5th through October 11th, 2025, as National 4-H Week in the City of Imperial, passed and adopted on this 15th day of October. Thank you. All right, so can we have Logan come up and give a few words for us, please?
Good evening, Madam Mayor Pro Tem, esteemed City Council members, and community guests. My name is Logan Mistriel, and I am proud to represent the Southwest Valley 4-H Club, one of the 12 4-H clubs in Imperial County. Thank you for recognizing National 4-H Week and celebrating one of the largest youth development programs in the nation. The 4-H program is built around a simple but powerful concept, learning by doing. Whether it's raising livestock, experimenting with robotics or rocketry, practicing public speaking, or volunteering in the community, 4-H members gain real-world skills that prepare them for future success. Our motto, to make the best better, reminds us that growth and learning never stop. It inspires us to always strive for improvement in ourselves, our projects, and our communities. Here in Imperial County, 4-H is making a lasting difference. Our clubs bring together youth from cities and rural areas alike, offering opportunities to develop leadership, responsibility, and teamwork. Through hands-on projects and community service, 4-H members learn that they have the power to make a positive impact in their communities. Beyond the skills and knowledge gained, 4-H teaches the values that strengthen our communities: respect, integrity, hard work, and compassion. Many of today's leaders, whether they be in agriculture, education, business, or public service, they got their start in 4-H. Tonight's proclamation is more than a recognition of a program. It's a celebration of our youth, our volunteers, and the partnerships that make 4-H possible. On behalf of Southwest Valley 4-H, we deeply appreciate the City of Imperial's continued support and recognition of our mission to empower young people to reach their full potential. Thank you again for helping us celebrate National 4-H Week, and for standing with us as we continue to build strong youth, strong families, and strong communities. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
She's putting everything on the spot. 4-H members
That are here, can you come up to the speaker and say what your favorite part of 4-H is about? Come on, Miss Parker. Who else is back there hiding with you?
Logan, Steele, Riley.
Come on, Steele.
Kinley. Come on, Kinley.
What's your favorite thing? Steele, you're pro at this now. We have Kate.
Steele's like our favorite one that comes up all the time.
My favorite part of 4-H is the food at the last meeting.
Got priorities, got it.
Love the honesty.
Mine is the money you get after livestock.
Parker.
Hi. Thank you, Miss Parker.
I like to go shopping.
Come on up.
Whose kid is that?
My favorite part is probably like showing the animals afterwards.
Yeah, thank you.
My favorite part is the same thing my sister said.
Well done.
My favorite part is working on my public speaking skills.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
My favorite part is the connection that I get with fellow youth and adults.
Yeah,
Nice.
very nice.
Nice
Okay.
input.
Thank you, guys.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. So we're gonna stand over there and take a picture. If I can have the council join us, because you guys have 4-H kids now. Well,
What's wrong with my green jacket?
that's why.
I wish I would have known.
Ready? 1, 2, 3. Thank you, everybody. Thank you very much. So in our audience.
Parker's still sticking around.
That's her bride.
Oh, maybe
Oh,
she's
never
not.
mind. Bye. All right, thank you. Moving on to A2. Q1 project status and updates by Mr. Estrada.
Mayor Pro Tem Francisco Alvarez will present this. He is our IT analyst.
Good evening, Mayor Pro Tem and Council. Thank you for this opportunity to be able to give a status on the updates that the Department of Innovation and Technology is currently undertaking. If you want to direct your attention to the screens and the handouts. So the first project is the agenda management software, and this project was started to streamline the process of creating and making available to the public the agendas for the various meetings such as City Council, Planning Commission, and Library Board. It was approved on July 2nd, 2025, and we are currently in the planning stage. The total investment is $39,250, and we have not yet expended any funds. The deadline for vendor submissions was September 25th, and we have an estimated completion date of August of next year, 2026. The next one is the new city website. This project was initiated to update the City of Imperial's website with the focus on ensuring compliance with ADA Title II and Section 508. This project was approved on July 2nd, 2025, and is currently in the planning stage. The total investment is $37,260, and no funds have been yet expended. The deadline also for vendor submissions was September 25th, and we estimate a completion date also of August 2026. And all of the projects that were approved on July 2nd were approved on that date by City Council. Next one is Workstation Refresh. The Workstation Refresh project was undertaken to replace computers in city service due to age, reliability, and also to Windows 10 becoming end of life. The Department of Innovation and Technology has identified computers that need replacement and has ordered the appropriate number from Dell. This project was approved on July 2nd and is currently in the execution stage. The total investment amount is $30,000, and the amount expended so far is $23,596.35. 9 computers have been replaced at this time, and the department is continuing to expend funds to replace additional computers that we've identified. And yet there is no yet estimated completion date for this project. The NVR system for City Hall. The NVR system project was initiated to create a safer working environment for city employees and residents conducting business with the city. Cameras were installed in various strategic locations to maximize coverage areas. This project was also approved on July 2nd. The total investment was $20,000, and the total amount expended was $18,112.57. And this project was completed on September 12th of this year. The Dell Unity Storage Server. This project was started as an upgrade, as the current server is currently 8 years old. A technician from Dell arrived on site on September 25th to install the necessary equipment. This project was also approved on July 2nd. The investment total was $90,000, and the total expenditure was $85,618.54. And this project was completed on October 11th of this year. The water meter base station at City Hall. This project was initiated to replace the current base station as it no longer meets department cybersecurity standards. The manufacturer was contacted and they explained that no updates are available for the model that we have. Therefore, this project was started to replace it. It was approved on July 2nd and is currently in the execution stage. A technician will be on site on October 23rd to install the new model. The investment total was $82,000, and the final amount is not yet finalized until the completion of this project. The water treatment plant SCADA 900 megahertz. This project was initiated to replace the wireless network at the water treatment plant, which had reached end-of-life status several years ago. It was approved on July 2nd and is currently in the planning stage. The investment amount is $10,000, and the total expenditure to date is $6,899.25. This project is expected to be completed at the end of this current calendar year. The traffic cameras wireless network upgrade. This project was undertaken to integrate the traffic network into the city's broadband network, which will enhance resiliency and business continuity. This project was approved on July 2nd and is currently in the planning stage. The total investment amount is $12,000, and the total expenditures to date equal $9,196.77. And we do not currently have an estimated completion date for this project. The NVR system at the wastewater treatment plant, this project was initiated as the city does not currently have a camera system in that facility. To provide a safer, more secure working environment for the various departments at the wastewater plant, cameras are being installed in key locations, offering wide coverage. This project was approved on July 3rd and is currently in the execution stage. The investment total was $25,000, and total expenditures thus far total $19,770.46. This project is expected to be completed by the end of the current calendar year. The Ricotta Access Control. This project was initiated to provide a more secure entrance and exit for employees at the wastewater plant location. This project added a keypad and updated gate mechanism equipment. This project was requested by Public Services and was approved on July 3rd, 2025, and is currently in the execution stage, with an estimated completion date of October 3rd. Well, it was already completed. The AUP. This project was undertaken to update the acceptable use policy for the City of Imperial. The current AUP was last updated in 2020, and since then numerous changes have occurred in the technology field. Updating the AUP will enable the city to utilize best practices and implement current and up-to-date guidelines. This project was approved on July 2nd and is currently in the planning stage. We are currently awaiting a response from IPOA's legal counsel. The ID card system. The ID card system project was implemented as a replacement for the previous ID card system that the city was using, which was ID badge, which was end of life and was no longer receiving updates. Additionally, it was installed on only one computer in the police department, causing that employee to stop his work whenever issuing new IDs. Now the program is installed on a laptop and can be used by any other authorized user, making better use of time and resources. This project was requested by the police department and was approved on July 3rd with an investment amount of $2,000. The total expenditure was $1,660, and this project was completed on September 25th. The community development door. This project was initiated as there was a need for a more secure solution at the community development building. As it is currently, anyone can just open the door to the building and walk in. And this can potentially cause security issues. So this project will address the issue by installing an intercom system. This way, community development employees can screen visitors while promoting a safer working environment. This project was requested by Community Development and was approved on July 2nd and is currently in the execution stage. The total investment was $5,000 and the total expenditure so far amount to $4,861.17. And this project is scheduled for completion tomorrow, October 16th. The IPD non-emergency line. This project was initiated to simplify the telephone system. Currently, when someone calls the police non-emergency line, it rings at the sheriff's office. A dispatcher there picks up the line and directs the call to the appropriate party. So this process is currently costing the city $1,900 a month just for this one line. The intention of this project is to port the number to our cloud phone system, Ring Central, and to add a similar line to transfer calls to this new number. This will save money and promote efficiency. This project was approved on August 13th and is currently in the planning phase. Water treatment plant ring upgrade. This project was started to update the network at the water plant as the current system was outdated. The request was made by the water department and was approved on August 22nd, 2025. It is currently in the planning stage. We have received the necessary network equipment and will schedule its installation shortly. The investment for this project was $24,275.22, and total expenditures have been the same amount. The estimated completion date for this project is the end of October 2025. The Impressa migration. This project was initiated to move the city's Impressa infrastructure to the cloud environment. This move is in conjunction with the ERP project. This will improve the efficiency of the Impressa payment system while providing a more secure platform. This project was approved on September 3rd and is currently in the planning stage. A successful test migration of the system was conducted on September 3rd, 2025. The investment amount for this project was $9,970.24, and total expenditures have been the same amount. And this project is estimated to be completed by October 31st of this year. Public Services Firewall Upgrade. This project was undertaken to upgrade the physical firewall at the Public Services facility. This was necessary because 2 city employees had recently moved into offices there, and there was a need for more secure communications and network connectivity at the location. The investment for this project was $8,381.92, and total expenditures also came to this figure. This project was requested by Public Services and was approved on September 8th and was completed on September 20th, 2025. Public Services Canon Copier. This project was initiated to provide printing and copying capability to the 2 city employees who recently relocated to the Public Services facility. A copier has been procured and is being leased from Canon at a monthly rate of $165. This project was also requested by Public Services and was approved on August 29th and was completed on September 12th, 2025. And Water Meter Shop Wi-Fi. This project was initiated in response to a request by the Water Department to provide Wi-Fi access inside the meter room, enabling more efficient readings. The investment amount for this project was $1,064.66, and total expenditures were the same. This project was approved on September 4th and was completed on September 17th. And long-range battery backup for site number 4. This project was initiated to ensure the continuous and reliable operation of the critical communication infrastructure during power outages or electrical disturbances. This battery backup will provide power during storms, grid failures, and other natural disasters. This project was approved on September 29th. The investment for this project is $15,000, and total expenditures to date are $14,248.04. And there is no estimated completion date for this project. And that's all the projects. And I'm ready for any questions you may have.
Thank you for all that information. Any questions?
I appreciate that thoroughness. Just a real quick question on some of these approvals. I know that you said it was approved on certain dates, and some of them were approved by council. Going back and looking at dates, there weren't on council dates. There weren't even close to them. Were they approved by?
It was approved on the city council meeting on July 2nd.
They were all approved?
The first 1 through 12.
Okay.
Except for project 6, 7, and 8.
Okay.
Which are not on here because we haven't started anything on those yet.
So I'm looking at, let's just say the water meter shop Wi-Fi, approved 9/4, completed on 9/17. 9/4 was a Thursday.
Those were approved by either the city manager or Department of Innovation Technology
there is
Director.
some projects that are there are not necessarily approved by council, but we want to report about them because it's part of our activities that we have. So depending on the amount, we bring the items here.
Okay.
The city managers approve it for certain amount, and when it's under certain amounts, I just get the approval from the department head and move forward with the project.
Okay.
Right. Those amounts are already in the actual budget, so all his projects are in the city budget.
Okay.
There's some projects where we had to relocate money that was at the beginning for something. Let me give you an example. The Impresa server migration. We have, as you remember or recall, we are in the process to move into a new ERP. So the current ERP or utility billing software that we have is still running on a physical machine. So instead of purchasing a new server for that system that is reaching end of life, we virtualize a machine and put it in one of our existing servers. But of course, we need to purchase our utility billing provider to complete the migration, along with the licensing for the software that hosts that system. But because the amount, most of the time what I do is I present a justification to the city manager. In this case, I think it was for 9,000 something.
Yeah.
So he provides the authorization. I explain him from where the money is coming from, and we proceed with the project.
Okay, appreciate it. I was just wondering where some of them went from certain dates and then the other ones went to.
Yeah, no, definitely. And there is other ones. For example, when the the water plant brought to us to replace or to upgrade an Ethernet ring that they have, where this ring is like a series of switches connecting between each other that provide connectivity all around the SCADA system. That problem was brought to us after the budget. So we didn't anticipate to purchase that, so we go to the process of the justification, city manager, and then we proceed.
Okay.
But that money is coming directly from them.
All right, no worries. Thank you. Thank you for the clarification. Appreciate the presentation.
Any other
Mr. Rones.
questions?
I just have a comment. So, at the Cal Cities conference, I walked up to the Esri booth, and they're like from the vendor for the GIS and all the IT stuff. Like they just raved about how great our IT department is, and so.
They better. We pay a lot of money.
I'll try and give you guys kudos, man.
No, I appreciate that.
Yeah, they went on and on like about how amazing you guys and your department is, and how far ahead the city is when it comes to IT. And
Yeah, I
it's great to
think
hear.
Ramiro is making a very good job over there. Still things to do, but thank you very much. Appreciate that.
And to add to what Councilmember Burnworth says is the other conversation we were having is regards to our cameras and internet in our parks and our downtown and all that, and how our city is connected, all of that. And people were wanting to know what company did we use. We're like, we didn't. Our guys did it. So,
Yeah, I'm very proud of that.
Very proud of
As today, we were able to install the first radio for testing that pretty much attached our broadband network that runs all around the city for the traffic camera or traffic control that there is there. That will include eventually the AI portion for Highway 86. So, yeah, I have the same question often. Who's your provider? Who is doing that? And I'm very proud of my team. I mean, they're making a great effort. Eric, he's a great technician, installing everywhere. And it sounds easy now, but 2 years ago was a pile of hardware in our offices that was impossible to go through. But thank you very much.
Yeah.
And the idea, I'm sorry, behind this report is bring to council every quarter as we continue and keep the council updated with what we done so far.
Yeah, it's really appreciated to be able to see, we approve these projects and then they go and, and then it's kind of like, especially with stuff you can't necessarily see. And so,
and sometimes there's this misconception of IT only fixing things.
No.
And
there's more.
Yeah, it's way, way more. I mean, Luis is working on daily basis on cybersecurity. The brand new technician is now streaming. So everywhere we are very busy.
Yeah, I loved being able to brag on you guys to our vendors, the vendors about how I was like, we put Wi-Fi in the parks on the lights, and the utility company didn't know how to charge us, so they actually had to readjust and create a new fee schedule for us. So you guys are a small but mighty team, and all your work is appreciated.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. All right. Thank you, Mr. Alvarez.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Moving on to A3, the 5-year CIP budget update with Mr. Victor Manriquez.
So in continuing with projects and expenses and so forth, this is just a review of 2024-25 projects that were either already approved in last year's CIP budget. So here we go. Oops, wrong one. So the overview is for the 5-year project from 2025 to 2029. There's a total of 52 approved budget, not approved, but projects, identified projects. That's what I want to say. So out of those 52 that came into the CIP budget, the 5-year budget last year, for 2025 there were 26 of them. 9 of them were completed. 8 are in progress. 6 of them are carryover, which basically mean that they didn't start, so we're going to be carrying over to 26, and 3 were canceled. The total funding for that 5-year budget was a total of 58.9 million. If we put it all together, if we had the money, that's if we have the money. So, and the total spent on 2025 projects was 18.12 million for that last fiscal year. And quickly, I'm gonna go over through the projects each division has. So for administration, city manager, we had a total of 4. One was the fire study, which is not till 29. The main one was the 2 main ones were the accounting that started back with the consultant a couple years back, and then that's already done over with since June. And the ERP, which we started, still in progress. The amounts there is the actual amounts we spent during the fiscal year. The SB project was the building that we bought over here. And upcoming CIPs, even though it's approved already, but it's not on the CIP, it's the new fire truck. For Parks and Recreation, Mr. Lopez had 2 projects which were completed, which is the welcome sign. And the welcome sign, it's very low because that started prior year, so that's the actual amount spent last year when it was completed, to be completed. And Sunset Park. Tony has 4 upcoming CIP projects. Some of them already started, which is the Redondo Park, Eagle Park Playground, the California Urban Park Project, and the Regional Park Design. For Police Department, they only have 1 project, which is the kennel, which was already completed. And the possible new upcoming CIP is new building. So that's still possible. That's why on that one I put possible. For community development has the majority of the projects. Oton and his team completed 2 projects, which is the 814, the 18 bike path lane, and the 817, 18 Boulevard street rehab. You can see the amounts there. Oton has 4 projects in progress, and a couple of them they're gonna start until the next fiscal years as identified there. They may be over, but that's the original plans from last year, those fiscal years that you see there. Once it was, well, I'll get to that point. I forgot. Any questions before I just started moving through them? Sorry. Okay. For Public Services, Street Division, they had 2 projects. The biggest one and the main one the public could see was the city payment rehabilitation. That came out in 4.3 million, a little bit more than the original expectation, but I think they cover a lot more than as well. So the other project that has been canceled was the shop office building design, and 3 upcoming CIPs is street sweeper, which is already underway, the 15th Street rehabilitation connection, and more city street maintenance projects. So those don't still have a value yet, but we'll see them in the upcoming CIP budget. For public services, for the water plant, we have 1 completed, which technically was part of community developments of the 7-10-14 program, but initially it was under public services, but since we had the ground open already, it was we saved a couple of $100,000 by doing it right there and there. So you can see that is which is the 14th Street pipeline, which is under consideration for projects 829 under community development. The ones in progress are the water pond and tank designs, and the other ones are based on 630, had not started on 630. And we have 2 council projects here, the other 2 council projects, which is the water backwash pond design and the water tank mixers. Upcoming CIPs that we might include in the next budget is the Claypool survey, master plan update, and storm drain projects. For public services wastewater, we have 1 completed project, which is also part of the 71014 project, which is the H Street for the sewer pipeline. We also save a couple of $100,000 from the streets being open already. One that is in project, phase 1 was the Claypool sewer pipe. There's going to be phase 2. That's why I left it in progress. So the part 1 is already completed, but the phase 2 will carry over. And the design for the headworks, that's in progress. A couple of projects that didn't start was the rehab on 630. I know it's already started, but the manhole and the wastewater collection survey. And the others are for future years. 2 new projects that we may add to the list is the Paseo Sewer Pump Station and Wastewater Plant Office Rehabilitation. So concluding, all projects, identified projects from all divisions here. We have expense tracking and quarterly reporting. That quarterly reporting is going to be monthly. I'm going to keep it monthly because quarterly it's more of a hassle, honestly. So for the 25 and 26 projects, originally the funding was secure. So those projects are still a go from our division standpoint. We do need to identify new additional funding sources or income in order to complete additional funding in beyond 27, 28, and 29. Upcoming meeting, which is November 5th, I'm going to be reporting the actual city, how we ended up the city. So I need to finish up this first in order to complete how we ended up, like our reserves for all the enterprise and general fund and all that. So next meeting, I will be presenting the full city scope for the full year of 2024 and be coming up with the actual budget and the amounts for the new 5-year CIP, which is going to cover 2026 to 2030 CIP budget. So any questions on any of the projects or funding or?
Any questions? Council? No?
Thank you.
So used to James being here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Much.
You threw me off with that one. All right, consent agenda. All items appearing under the consent agenda will be acted upon by the city council with one motion without discussion. Should any council member or other person request that any item be considered separately, that item will be then taken up at the time as determined by the mayor. So I know we have quite a bit for B1.
I would like to approve all of them except for, I'll start with yours, which is warrant number 128110. Madam Mayor Pro Tem.
Second.
Do we want to pull them all?
Do we want to, how do you want to do that?
Yeah,
there's not
my
enough of them.
suggestion would be to exclude the 4 and then make your motion on the balance and then take the 4 individually so that
let's just do
subject
a
councilperson
roll call. Okay.
can abstain as to theirs. Does that make sense?
So I will be abstaining from this one.
So I was trying to approve all of them and then just her first one. So one less motion.
You could also do it.
We can do that. So we have a motion and a second.
Right, okay. Councilmember Amparano?
Yes.
Councilmember Burnworth?
Yes.
Councilmember Mendoza?
But if we didn't remove yours, you can't vote on it.
I'm not voting.
Oh, but the others,
Only
but your
removed
two.
hers, so all of ours are still there.
Yeah, so,
Oh, okay. I meant to remove all of.
yeah, so I would,
How about,
Yeah.
I make another motion?
Go for it. Now I'm
I make a
confused.
motion to approve the entire consent agenda, accepting the warrants for the 4 of us for League of Cities.
I'd second that.
Okay, go.
Does that cover us?
Okay, now you have to go through each one.
And then we'll
Okay,
vote.
so we'll just vote on everything
You'll
else
vote
except for
on
us.
everything except for your
Warrants.
warrants.
Yes.
I thought it
Make
was.
them one at a time.
I thought I made it with items.
Do whenever all 4 of us are on there and we
Yeah.
have to have.
So
a
we can
quorum.
vote on it minus the 128110, which is mine. There you go. There was a first, you were the second original. Can we vote? We all
Okay,
voted.
so we're
I'm not
going
gonna
back to Burnworth and Mendoza, correct? Okay, so
But you can't vote on it if we don't remove it.
We got to remove them all.
We have to remove them all.
Removed them all. So it's Mendoza and Amparano.
And then
On
if
the
you want to do a
second.
roll call vote. We're doing consent minus all 4 warrants. For the 4 of us.
Let's just start over real quick. Yeah. Can I get a motion in a second for all of them minus we'll pull all 4 to make it easy?
Okay.
So moved.
So move.
So moved. Okay.
Okay, got it.
And then get your vote on that, and then we'll pull.
Councilmember Amparano,
Yes.
Councilmember Burnworth,
Yes.
Councilmember Mendoza,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Obey's Martinez.
Yes.
And then we can go one at a time, right?
Okay. So
Got it?
we will do this minus mine 128110.
So I make a motion to approve warrant number 128110.
And Amparano. Okay, so Councilmember Amparano,
Yes.
Councilmember Burnworth,
Yes.
Councilmember Mendoza,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Obey's Martinez.
Abstaining.
Perfect.
I make a motion to approve warrant 128156 for Stacy Mendoza, Councilmember Mendoza.
Second.
Councilmember Amparano,
Yes.
Councilmember Burnworth,
Yes.
Councilmember Mendoza,
Abstain.
Councilmember I apologize, Mayor Pro Tem Obey's Martinez.
Yes.
Make a motion to approve warrant number 128149 for Councilmember Amparano.
I'll second it.
Councilmember Amparano,
Abstain.
Councilmember Burnworth,
Yes.
Councilmember Mendoza,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Obey's Martinez.
Yes.
I make a motion to approve warrant number 128131 for Councilmember Burnworth.
I'll second it.
Councilmember Amparano,
Yes.
Councilmember Burnworth,
Abstain.
Councilmember Mendoza,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Obey's Martinez.
Yes.
That
That was harder than I know. Sorry. That was.
We need to spread
Well
those
done.
warrants
I
out a
know.
little.
Usually we can pull a few and
I know, and then just vote on, but, okay, moving on, action items. I believe we have an adjustment to the agenda on C1.
Yes, we ask that C1 be put over
Okay,
to a future meeting.
thank you.
C1.
C1. C2, appointment of a city representative and alternate to the County of Imperial Airport Land Use Commission, presented by our city manager, Mr. Morita.
Yes, Madam Mayor Pro Tem and Council, frankly, this is a long time coming. The Airport Land Use Commission has rules that suggest that we should have a seat on the commission, and they've evolved to the point where they're agreeing with us, and so we're being asked to appoint. Unfortunately, their meetings fall the same night as our council meeting, so that as a practical matter kind of narrows the field of potential folks. That said, though, our suggestion is that you appoint our planner Yvonne Cordero as the appointee, and the assistant to the city manager, Tommy Garcia, as the proxy.
Wonderful. Any questions? No? I'll entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve Yvonne Cordero as the primary and Thomas Garcia as the alternate.
Second.
And we take a vote.
Robert. Motion carries 4-0.
Thank you. Moving on to C3, discussion regarding City of Imperial Summer Recreation Program scheduling for 2026 by Parks and Recs. I sound like the commercial. What was that show? Parks and Rec. Park and Recreation Director Tony Lopez.
Madam Mayor Pro Tem and Council, just as kind of an introduction to what you're going to be seeing here. As you all know, we've been having some discussions with the school district. They've expressed concern about the school district costs associated with support of our summer recreation program. They've adopted a schedule, and what you're going to see this evening from Mr. Lopez is how their new fee schedule would impact our programs if we keep the same level of service. discussions are ongoing with the school on ways we could possibly reduce our use of their facilities and bring that cost down. But what you're going to see this evening is kind of if we move forward next summer on the same basis as we did this year, and how their new fee schedule would impact that effort.
Thank you.
Good evening, Mayor Pro Tem and members of the council. As our city manager so diligently put it, we've been having those ongoing conversations with the school district. And what we've realized so far that what their proposed changes to our schedule, hours of operation, and facility rental fees would be a huge impact on what our programs are or what they look like for 2026. So considering you guys have had to go through a few PowerPoints, I'm going to skip to the meat and potatoes of this. Our first slide being, just a general overview of what we provide. So this is, day camps, specialty camps, arts and rec, science camps, sports camps, aquatics, aerobics, swim lessons, open swim, lap swim, private pool parties, the movies at the pool, the events at the pool, all of what those 7 weeks entail generally are all these things. And our summer usually runs from June 8th through August 8th. We generally end about 2 weeks before school starts. So if you look at what our current expenses are for the 7 weeks of programming, both for aquatics and recreation, our current facility rental fees are about $6,700. Now that's the most recent invoice we got for 2025, and our revenue in for 2025 was 56,000 and some change. We get 13,000 from the five from the IID and some other generous sponsors that we get for programmings and different things. So those 13,000 were grant monies that were into the city for those programs and aquatics and summer camps as well. The staff time costs includes all of the materials we purchase, staff time for the coordinators, the specialists, the summer staff, all in is what we invest as a city to put these affordable programs on for the community members. So there was some conversations that were being or some things that were being said that the city was maybe benefiting from these programs that we're putting on for the community. As you can see on this, we're not in the profit business. So we are offering affordable programs for everybody to enjoy, and generally public agencies are not in a profit business. So the proposed or projected expenses for what the Imperial School District is trying to implement in way of their new fee schedule is a nearly 70% increase. So that's just for facility rental. So if we stick to our current schedule and we're allowed to operate for 7 weeks, we're looking at from 6,700 to 21,300 for just rentals of facilities. So that's a considerable difference, realizing that we're not guaranteed certain things like sponsorships or grant monies can dry up, and our net losses will then increase. Different things could potentially change because of the cost. We may have to talk about transferring those costs, maybe raising the prices to the consumers, which is our residency. So those are the last things that we want to look at moving forward, but this is such an impact to what we pay now that fiscally our council has to look at those things. So to be responsible fiscally to the money that we currently spend for the programs we provide. So if you look for like I said, our program schedule generally runs for 7 weeks. It includes the Frank Wright gym and a classroom. Those classrooms we use for the specialty camps. The gym we use for the sports camps, for all the other things we provide for the kids. The pool, we have a gap in the middle. We usually use it for swim lessons and other things from the 5 hours in the morning and then some hours in the evening. That gap would generally allow us to also let other organizations in, like the Sea Lions, that also over a community benefit and they would come in those times in between, for essentially the same costs. We would have a contract with the city, with the school district, and they would come in also and use those facilities for their participants. So it was an overall benefit to not only the city, but other organizations like the city that are offering youth programs as well. So by the way I'm reading the proposed schedule changes from the school district that we received, they're talking about shortening us to 5 weeks and shortening our hours of operation from 7, usually run to about 6 p.m. To 4:30 now. So what that means may not be a big deal on paper where it looks like an hour, but it's a huge deal to those households that work till 5. That last hour from 5 to 6 is to allow parents that get off of work at those times to be able to have an hour window to pick up their kids from camps. We keep their kids until then, and by shortening those hours, you have to look at whether it's feasible as for you as a parent or to even put your kids in these camps, because you might not be able to make that time to pick them up. So this could potentially be a huge impact as well on registrants and other things. Might lower our numbers and then force people to look for other avenues to for childcare other places, which is extremely expensive. You guys are most of you guys are up there are parents as well, so you know how expensive childcare can be per child, and if you have availability, even because most of them are full. So the next slide is what we currently offer. You know, we have over 50 programs. We employ 27 part-time positions, meaning high school age kids, kids that are coming also out of graduates from Imperial Unified School District that would generally be employed by us. We would also provide them workforce development and training, certify them as lifeguards, certify them as water safety instructors as well. We have now, over the last few years, taken that on as an in-house service we provide to onboard our kids and provide the training ourselves. So we would essentially, if we don't move forward, or depending what 2026 looks like, this could impact that in way of either we reduce the number of kids we employ, or if it becomes unfeasible to proceed 2026, we're not having any jobs for these kids to have as a means to make money, either coming back from college to have a summer job, or just a high school kid trying to make some money over the summer to save for different number of reasons. So the potential impacted side of this would be obviously a reduction driven by increase of costs of facility rentals, removal of the summer employment opportunities, and also removal of workplace development opportunities for the kids. And if you look at the bottom, you know, I mentioned earlier affordable childcare. That's what we provide now. We service about approximately 1,000 kids. It has been generally jumping about 15 to 20% every year. As you all know, we're growing as a city. Houses keep being built, and we have to have somewhere where these kids can go over the summer, especially since their parents are working, and they have to have a constructive outlet or something meaningful to do while their parents have a 9-to-5 job. So obviously the affordable side, also the senior program side. So from what I understood those conversations to be with the school district is, depending on the use we have, if it's not strictly for youth, then that drives the fee from $150 a day to $200 a day. So if we're doing senior aquatics or senior aerobics, and they may say, hey, you're not doing services that serve our youth, then that could be something they increase fees on. So currently we pay $61 a day. So, you know, from 61 to 150, even potentially to $200 a day for 7 weeks for several different classrooms is quite a bit of a increase from one year to the next. So that could potentially, you know, cause also, if the council decides to move in any other direction, reduction of services, reduction of the registrants because of the limited services or the cost increases. removal of senior aquatics because we don't want to pay the additional fees, or we transfer those fees, right? We have to have those conversations sooner than later. And in talking to our chief of police, you know, these kids don't have a constructive outlet during the summer that could lead to higher vandalism and not throughout our city too. So, this is, you know, and there's other outlying factors that could drive our net losses higher or lower. We have less registrants, but we're still offering the same services at the inflated prices. If we have if we don't get the grants or we don't get those sponsorships. So this is a very serious issue we're facing for 2026. We wanted to bring it to the council, make you guys aware. I know that there's some things that you're briefed on in closed, and you guys are up to speed for the most part, but this is big moving into next year, and it could mean a number of different things depending on what you guys decide to do with our programming into the future. So I see this as another opportunity to rally our citizens to maybe help us out a little bit more to move in way of getting our own facilities. Because, you know, renting facilities, at the end of the day, the school district does own these buildings that we're using. And up till to this moment, we've had a great working partnership with them. And it's a little bit of a shock to go from, you know, what we pay to what we're projected to pay in 2026. So I don't know, and I'll stand for any questions.
Any questions?
I don't have a question. I just have a comment. Like, I'm sitting here as an elected, right? And you can't just look like decisions that you make as an elected official to serve your community. When you make decisions like this, they're not impacting the city, right? Like, as an agency, they're hurting our parents, our students, our children, our seniors. And those aren't just numbers on a spreadsheet like their finance person or whoever's coming up with these fees is. They're literally decisions that are taking away opportunities from our community. The summer camps keep kids active, you know, most constituents within Imperial are working parents, and there's a lot of two working household. Myself, I'm a single parent. I have sent my kids there, and that is the only affordable childcare that there is. You know, and I've even been asked, like, oh, how come they are really affordable? And it's because the city's not in the business to make money for this. We know that we have working parents that need these services. And so to see that the school district is more about money and not looking out for what is best interest of their students, right? We give them work experience. We provide their parents with a place to go. I would like to know what their alternative solutions are if the city, they don't allow us to have these programs, because realistically they're what's breaking this apart. So it's really disappointing to see that their elected officials and their staff are not taking this serious and looking out what's best for the interests of their students and their families and their community that they are sworn to serve.
So, and another thing I want to mention that you kind of hit there is the demographic we serve is strictly our residency, our kids. The age demographic is 6 through 14. These are all Ben Hulse Cross Elementary kids. These are all school kids that are coming from our school district and our city. So these participants are ours. They're not implants from anywhere else. They're our residency. So it's like you said, crucial services that we need to provide. And in the world where you know things are very expensive, affordability is very important. And if we can do that, but these types of situations make it very difficult on even agencies like or private clubs that offer the same services. You transfer the cost over. I mean,
absolutely.
Unfortunately, the city can't do that.
No, I mean, I'm right there with you. You know, collaboration with our community partners, especially one to the city, that should be so crucial. And, you know, collaboration should be it shouldn't be controversial like this. It shouldn't be benefiting one or the other. It should be common sense. And the fact as a resident who, and when you do look, like there are bonds out there that do have a community benefit specifically in their junior high, and I'd like to direct legal counsel to pull up in their bond what it actually says.
I will do that.
So, a couple comments, and as Councilmember Burnworth said, it is a big community benefit, and even when some of the electeds on the school side, their kids are employed by us. But it's going to affect them. It's going to affect absolutely everybody else. But to come up to these areas right now where we're at, because of board members wanted to take control of their facilities for their use and kick out our residents, our kids that are there for these camps, I think that the heart's not in the right place. They need to make sure that it's in the right place, and it's for those kids that are there for those camps, those parents, the constituents, the people that are signing the ballot and voting for them, putting them there for the right reason. I remember this last election talking about collaboration and working together. This ain't working together. This is going to jeopardize all of our community, all of our summer camps, all of our kids, our parents, and everybody. It's just going to go deeper, and it's going to cause a trickle effect within our community. So what's going to happen? I think we need to, yeah, we're not in the business to make money, but we're not in the business to lose all that money.
I have to mirror what my fellow council member said. For starters, I'd like to know if we're going to potentially have to be cutting back our programming, are they going to make up for it somehow? Because we have a very large demographic of kids and seniors and that need these recreational opportunities they're just going to be sitting there at home. They're not getting their exercise. They're not getting the socialization. They, like Chief says, they're losing that outlet. And if they're going to be taking away gym time from us, are they going to be making up the program that we're going to be losing by when this gym time is taken away? We need to make sure that these services are still available for our community and for the people that not only elected us, but elected that school board. I also wanted to mention, Tony, I think you're being very generous to them in the math, and I'm going to ask the engineers and the mathematicians to say this. We're saying that right now we pay $6,700 and it's going to go up to $21,300, and you said it's a 70% increase, which is shocking to hear. But if I'm not mistaken, that's a 317% increase.
Yeah, I mean it's
not 70%.
Yeah, it was just on the facility rentals alone. I was calculating moderately, right? Because what we've been in a sense asked to do is project our 2026 season now, and what we would potentially, how many residents we would serve and how much time we would need on those facilities, which is very difficult to do because we're growing in numbers, and those numbers look different every year on the plus side. So to ask the city to project those out a year ahead of time and maybe cut services short because we projected moderately, I don't think is a reasonable ask, in my opinion. And to go back to your initial comment about whether they're going to serve the gap that we would be leaving behind for that age group specifically, in the conversations that you guys had on your 2-on-2 and in the conversations I've had with the school district, with our city manager's office, I didn't get the sense that that there was an interest in filling that gap. I feel the conversations led more in the way of their prioritizing their needs, and that's their concern right now.
Well, their needs should be their students all year round. Just because they're on summer break doesn't mean they're out of sight night and mound, and that's what I'm getting as I'm talking as a parent now and as a council member, but I'm sure there'll be many parents that are talking to us about this, and I will direct them all to go to talk to the school board. I'm not opposed to a fee increase, but when it's 317% increase, like, I'm sorry your bond measure didn't pass, but you can't pawn that off onto the city.
And these are the situations where us as a city do support their students. I know myself and my fellow council members have been to several going away parties or little victory parties where we're there. We're invited to their career days. We're invited to their little events at the school. We show up. We don't see their electeds, but guess what? The city's there. We participate to support our kids in our community, which are their kids in the community also. And to do this and increase like at this rate, that's just absurd. So much for working together. Oh yeah, I'm a little upset because I have kids that age too that go to those schools and I hear it all the time.
Yeah. I'm just extremely disappointed. Like, I think disappointed's like beyond the words. You know?
This is the second hurrah they do to us.
Yeah. I'm just disappointed.
They
My question
did
would
2
be-
weeks ago.
What was the rationale with such an increase in the rental fees now? Was there talk about that? Like why the huge increase over a year's time span?
So if I remember correctly, I had a conversation with our city manager. I think Brian and him have been communicating on and off about the subject of a potential increase of fees. How we got to this point, I'm sure you guys already all know.
Yep.
But there was really no rationale other than they're just not going to give it away. There was some other things that were thrown out there that I really didn't care for, but in the spirit of keeping it and taking the high road, I won't mention those things. But they didn't have a logic behind the implementation or reasoning. This is what the fee schedule is. This might have been something they had in the works, but we weren't communicated with on until it was dropped on our lap, and certain circumstances led to it being expedited and in our here now faster. I feel like this was going to be a lead up eventually, but this got here a lot faster because of different things.
Can you imagine if we raised anything in the city 300%?
Be crucified.
Madam Mayor Pro Tem, so the discussion basically was that their intention is to capture their cost.
Okay.
So, and they're saying that the fees that we have been paying are way below what it costs to provide, and so that's basically their rationale.
So the cost, be it what, the air conditioning, the lighting, is that what they're saying as costs?
And then there's some personnel, and then that kind of gets into the things that I think Mr. Lopez was referring to, because there was discussion about the condition of the premises when we leave them, and we have folks that address that, and apparently the message that was getting back to their management is that we were leaving behind a lot to clean up afterwards and things like that.
During that time, did their staff or management or their superintendent ever reach out to you for us to come back and clean it? Or was this an after the fact comment?
Yeah, it was, I think, a lot of the comments were for the most part, after the fact. I mean,
I think
I'll
if it was
just- I'll
brought
just
to
say
our
it.
attention,
Well,
that's something that we would
For
take care of.
example, one of the things they said is you guys are having tricycles on the Frank Wright gym floor. And Tony said, yes, 3 years ago, we had trikes on the gym floor. You told us, please don't do that. And we stopped, and it hasn't happened since. So that was part of the discussion.
But we can bring up old stuff, right? So let's bring up something that happened 3 years ago to, make it, quantify it now.
So and indeed, the costs that we pay, they haven't changed in many years. And we know certain those kinds of costs have gone up. The cost of chlorine, cost of electricity, things like that.
Aside from the rental fees, does the city give any other monies to the facilities that are shared?
No, just a rental fee. So we do provide some janitorial services because we have clubs, like I mentioned. Sea Lions are in there also, so we have staff that's already working. We have them do the cleanup that requires us to they're required to do before they open the deck, make sure everything's safe, clean the facilities, make sure it's ready for the public again. So the conversations also were if a projection was asked of us for next year, and then also if we absorb a lot of different things that they're already currently billing us for, which is their maintenance staff time or different things like that, that we would save money. Well, of course, we're saving money if we do it ourselves, if we're paying the staff already. But in the long, I don't see there being a huge cost savings for those little things, because maintenance over the 7 weeks, it only costs us $1,000. So what's going to be the biggest outlier is the actual fee rentals. So I hope by bringing this out, and maybe it generates conversations between our elected bodies, maybe they come to a reasonable solution where we can still provide the things we do for the kids that are the same, the constituency that's the same, and move forward in 2026 in a positive way. Because at this point, it's not looking very good.
Perhaps we can have a joint meeting with the school board to discuss this.
And have the parents be present so that they're aware of what the possible potential changes are in increase in fees or potential increase in fees.
Reduction in programs.
I mean, at least then we can get it all out on the table and the public can hear kind of what's going on, and maybe we can come to a compromise when I propose it be in our council chambers and have a joint meeting.
And it's just like Dennis said, there's nothing wrong with paying our share of what we, that's reasonable, but at this rate, it's not very. So that's what you guys, the council, is here to hash out at the higher level. If you guys need me for anything, I'm available. But this is a matter of now those decision makers making those decisions that benefit all of the above, not just a few.
Thank you, Mr.
As I indicated at the outset, one of the things that Tony is trying to put together is a revised schedule where we can address costs by cutting back in certain areas, or not utilizing facilities. I think one of the things that was presented to us is that they felt that we were through the facility use agreements renting space that we're not using in the way of classrooms and the like, and that now that the district is saying you got to pay for the time that you reserve, if you're not using it, then that would be a way to save. So that Mr. Lopez is looking at that. So my suggestion would be that we let Mr. Lopez finish that. And see if indeed the numbers can come closer together, and at that point have the joint meeting with the school board.
Mr. Lopez, how long will that take, you think, to?
I'll have it by beginning of November. It's not very long. I'm almost done with that projection, as much as I can project out for next summer, right? The gaps that Dennis is mentioning is those gaps in between for the pool where we don't utilize it from noon to 6, because that's the gap we have for sea lions, right? There's those other 8 entities that are trying to get into that time we block off.
The sea lions had to pay a rental fee.
Yeah, so that's going to be the other thing, right? It's everybody's subject to these fees. It's not only the city, but the difference between us and maybe like a 760 or those others, that you can transfer the cost to your parents. As a city, we can't do that. So that's where we get in a complicated situation. But I'll have an update for you guys early November on where we lie with those projections and how they're received by the school district.
And if we do this joint meeting, would we be able to live stream it so they can, people can
do a
hear
special
what they
meeting?
have to say?
Can't we?
I'm probably the last person to ask a technical question, but I would say yes, would be my guess.
And the other thing, Mr. Lopez, I know we keep looking at the school, but what about the other gyms that are here, like the church that has a gym? Would we be able to do a look at their gym and see if we could do a use agreement with them and see what their cost would be, use their classrooms, because they're out in the summer also.
Yeah, no, that'll be the next thing we do is looking at other community partners where we can use facilities. I know that I know there's a church that had a gym in it, but it had some electrical upgrades that it needed to do to. Yeah.
I believe a lot of the churches do their own summer programs with like vacation
and then
Bible
we
school.
have to. That's a consideration we have to account for too. Is that they have their own things going on because kids are out of school. So there's.
Well, then, I come with the issue of like it's at a church and you got to separate church and
from state.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking facilities that we can utilize.
Yeah.
I know, we would love our own facilities, right? That would be the ultimate goal, but in the interim, we need to figure out a way to, hopefully, they're willing to work with us.
You know, I mean, this is something that could starts here where we're having the initial discussion, and it could be a rallying point for our population to then get behind us on helping us build our own facilities, because I think that's long overdue.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Thank you for the transparency on this in the discussion.
Thank you.
Okay. Well, Miss Kristen, you're up. Discussion, C4, approve and adopt the code of conduct and ethics policy for the city of Imperial. Thank you for ethics and policy.
Good follow-up. So I'm presenting the proposed Code of Conduct and Ethics Policy. The policy is designed to establish a clear, consistent standard of conduct and ethics for all city staff, and it covers essential areas including employee conduct expectations, ethical standards, proper use of city resources, and avoiding conflicts of interest. The development of this policy has been a collaborative effort incorporating input from both management and labor groups, with the primary goal of promoting and maintaining a respectful and safe work environment throughout the entire agency. There's no fiscal impact associated with implementing the policy, and we respectfully recommend approval and adoption of the policy this evening. I'm happy to answer any questions that you may have.
Any questions?
So moved.
Second.
Vote, please.
Motion carries 4-0.
Thank you, Ms. Kristen. C5, approve the implementation of classification study recommendations for reclassifications, title changes, and new and updated job descriptions for the Teamsters employees.
And I just want to interrupt briefly. Robert Amparado has a potential conflict, so he will be outside of the room. I'll grab him as soon as we're done with these 3 items.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Morita?
Madam Mayor and Madam Mayor Pro Tem and Council, this material probably has a familiar look. It's been before you on previous occasions, and we have completed our discussions with the Teamsters, and we are in agreement with respect to the changes reflected in this item. And we ask that you approve it. The next item is the side letter to memorialize that as well.
Any questions?
So moved.
Second. Vote. Thank you, Mr. Morita.
Motion carries 3-0.
Moving on to C6, approve the side letter of agreement by and between the City of Imperial and Teamsters Local Union 542. Mr. Morita.
Yes, Madam Mayor Pro Tem and Council, this is the rent memorialization of the discussions that we had with Teamsters with respect to various items that impact the Teamsters members, and we ask that you approve this agreement.
So moved.
Second.
Vote, please.
Motion carries 3-0.
Thank you. And C7, approve resolution number 2025-50, establishing employee benefits of the MSPC unrepresented employees of the City of Imperial to incorporate new classification titles by Ms. Kristen Smith.
Yes. So Resolution 2025-50 is revising our current resolution. It's brought forward in conjunction with the previous two agenda items related to the classification study for Teamsters positions. The key point of the revision is to incorporate the senior positions that, as part of the classification study, will be moving out of Teamsters and into MSPC. And part of that, the reasoning for that is that historically, the senior or lead positions have been under the Teamsters membership alongside those they supervise, who are also part of the Teamsters unit. And under the classification study, those lead positions are recommended to be reassigned to the MSPEC unrepresented group. And so by incorporating those titles into the unrepresented group, we are also addressing and incorporating the provisions for working conditions and addressing standby, holdover, overtime, and callback pay, where the resolution will now outline that non-exempt employees in MSPC will be subject to the benefits outlined in the Teamsters MOU Article 4, specifically addressing workday, work week, standby duties, holdover, overtime, days off, callback pay, changes in shift assignments, rest breaks, and meal periods. And so this is a crucial provision as it allows eligible staff to continue receiving these working conditions and benefits and maintaining their vested benefit. And we recommend approval and adoption of the Resolution 2025-50. I'm happy to answer any questions that you may have.
Second.
Please vote. Motion carries 3-0.
Thank you. We'll wait for Robert to get back in the room. Okay. Reports. Department reports. Mr. Mora.
I have nothing to add tonight.
You. Mr. David Dale.
Madam Mayor Pro Tem, I have nothing tonight.
Tony, anything else?
Me that guy.
What?
Tony's always that guy with the big report.
So we have our movie that we had to postpone because of the potential weather is now tomorrow at Monterey Park. That's 7 p.m. So if you have a chance to go check that out, we'll be showing Nightmare Before Christmas at the new park in Monterey. So come join us there. We also have our State of the City and our first community event downtown, Fiesta de los Muertos. So come check that out from 5 to 9 p.m. downtown. We have some exciting news in way of the nonprofit coming towards the city at the next meeting. We were able to secure some funding to supplement a project to replace some field lights at 4th Street. So if you guys see the lights completely gone from the poles on 4th, they call it majors. We're replacing those to be fixture for fixture LED retrofits. So that is an all in-house project that we have in partnership with Public Services that we're currently working on right now. So that was through the IID Glow Grant for that specific reason to retrofit these. And if the funding is available every year for the next 2 years, we'll look at the other fields we have to redo those as well. So we're excited, and we'll disclose that at the next meeting. We'll present some things to the city on behalf of the nonprofit. So also those capital improvement projects that Victor was mentioning that we started, some of them have already been completed. We're trying to coordinate the ribbon cuttings. Your schedules are the most important, but some of them involve the county, and I've already given the county the last chance situation where if they can't have them there, I would rather have you guys there. So they have the last ditch effort is the first week of November. If they can't make it work, we're going to proceed. So just we'll send you an invite to the city manager's office when we have those dates secured. So I think that's it for me.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Estrada.
Well, I think we report enough today. Thank you, Frank, for the report. But if any question, I'm more than happy to answer.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Chief Real.
So from October 23rd through the 31st is Red Ribbon Week.
Wow.
For some reason, it just so this year's motto is "Life is a puzzle, solve it drug free." And if I could say Red Ribbon Week 3 times in rapid succession, I would have solved the puzzle. But we're going to be participating in some of the events at the school. We have fun giveaways and tchotchkes that we're going to be giving out to the kids to promote a drug-free lifestyle.
Very cool.
Other than that, I have nothing. Thank you.
Your bill for your new police department was passed.
So I don't know that I was going to be the one that publicly announced that one.
Well, the governor did.
And although it's the initial salvo and what looks like to be a fun process moving forward, it's kind of exciting to have a new opportunity to kind of create a void at City Hall so the existing services that are bursting at the seams can expand and take over our areas, and then have us move into what is actually historically a purposely built police station, although it was built in the 60s, retrofitted at a cost savings to the city, as opposed to going out and building an entirely new facility. And so with the help of Captain Bredas at CHP, and of what initially started as a joke, when are you leaving? Can I have it? Actually turned into come to fruition, and it's kind of exciting.
That's very exciting. Very exciting.
Are we looking at an eviction notice for them?
So I've given them permission to stay until mid-November, but after January they're on their own. But we appreciate their help in this process.
It officially becomes law January 1.
Yeah. We got until then, huh?
We're gonna give them their letters back too, by the way.
Leaf Lancer, did you have a birthday?
Yes.
Yes, you did.
We all have birthdays.
Yeah, a recent birthday.
Since the last time we saw you, have you?
Yeah.
Since the last time?
Uh-huh, since the last time.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, well, happy birthday.
Thank you. Appreciate it. The storm Tony mentioned, it was ended up being a nothing event, so I have nothing to report, so that's good.
Thank you.
No more black clouds.
Yeah. I think Mr. Mavrikes left the building. Miss Kristen Smith.
So we have one new hire, and they're quick today. Go. So we have Ian Ross. He is a general maintenance worker 1 for public services who just started with us. So if you see him, please welcome him. And then we would also like to announce and invite you all to attend our first annual wellness fair on the 30th of October, Thursday the 30th. The wellness fair will be at City Hall from 9 to 11. We have currently 22 vendors coming to the fair. So we're excited for that. And then right after following, we will have our Employee Fall Fest, our 3rd annual Fall Fest from 11 to 1 o'clock on the PD parking lot
That's
side.
on Friday, right?
Thursday the 30th.
Are the pumpkins up yet?
What? Yeah,
Fire said the 31st.
No, it was the 30th.
30th.
Mm-hmm.
So we hope that you will be able to join us.
When are the pumpkins going to be up?
So we actually, our pumpkin contest did close yesterday. We received 3. They're fantastic. They look amazing. I'm excited to share those with you. But yes, we will have those up, I believe, starting next week at City Hall.
Okay.
And we'll have voting open for Citizens' Choice. So anybody stopping by City Hall, feel free to come by and vote for your favorite.
Thank you. Mr. Garcia?
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem. No report this evening.
Nothing? You didn't go on a
Well,
field trip?
I did do a bit of traveling with 3 different conferences, IC, SC, JPIA conference, and League of Cities. All great opportunities. It's always interesting to see what the other cities are doing and building those relationships and contacts.
Thank you. Mr. Marita?
So I don't know if anybody believed me, but when I asked Tommy to attend those, I didn't look at the calendar as close as I probably should have, and I didn't realize that 2 of them were in the same week, and the 3rd one was the following week. So
Wow.
he put in some miles over the last couple of weeks, and so.
Well, I hope you were on vacation. I hope you took a vacation.
One day, half a day.
Yeah, I took,
Half a day.
no, I took last Friday.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
One day.
Are you okay?
Good job, Ted.
And I caught some of the storm coming back. I went to Arizona and got caught in part of that, whatever that tropical storm was, came through.
Yeah.
Priscilla, I
And
believe, isn't it?
Priscilla.
Gila Bend
Yeah.
got hammered, I
Ooh.
would say.
All right.
Nothing from me.
Nothing,
Nothing from me.
Mr. Robert?
Just a couple things. I did get a chance to attend the Public Safety Gala to honor our very own Officer of the Year,
Carmen?
Mrs. Carmen
Fierro.
Fierro. So congratulations. That was very nice to see a lot of people there. Great turnout, a lot of agencies. So thank you for making it, happen. Very nice. And then I got to attend Cal Cities with the fellow council members. Attended a lot of good courses, a lot of good classes. We got to see. I'll let Katie talk about that one. The
The fangirl moment.
yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
Aaron Brockovich.
It was Aaron Brockovich. Yes, it was nice to see, and hear her speak. So, like I said, very very good learning experiences. Saturday got to attend Coffee with a Cop, Starbucks. Got to see our what's his name? It's not McGruff, right? Was it McGruff? Yeah. I was like making sure I got the right name.
Rough.
So got to see him, take some pictures. Got to see them actually wear aprons and serve coffee and make coffee. So that was pretty cool. Thank you guys for making that happen. Attended our fall cleanup at the fairgrounds with all that mud. Big turnout. They thought it was going to get very low, but they had a lot of people show up. And it was nice because it was a partnership with IVRMA. I showed up right about 11 o'clock or so, and they already had trailers full of tires and trucks full of appliances and stuff that could have ended up on the side of the road or otherwhere. So thank you guys very much for everything. Appreciate it. You guys make the city happen.
Miss Katie?
I was able to attend the Cal Cities Conference, and as always, it was a great experience. Was very excited to see Amber Alkovich speak. But yeah, other than that,
Miss Stacy?
I also attended the Public Safety Gala. Thank you to everyone who put on that amazing event. It was a very nice and elegant, and I know a lot of hard work it went into that, and it was great to see our public safety employees honored in that way. I'm hoping this was the first one. I hope they continue that every year because that was very nice. And I also attended the League of Cities. Unfortunately, being a new employee at a new job, I don't have a lot of vacation time, so I wasn't able to stay the third day. If I had known Eric Brockovich was there speaking, I probably would have begged and pleaded to be able to stay.
Wednesday.
But it's always nice to not only see our other local electeds from the valley, but also to work with the other agencies from throughout the state and hear good information. We did have the opportunity in one of our classes to hear an update on or a revisiting of Malibu, and was put on by none less than our Alexis Brown, our previous assistant city manager. She was one of the speakers there. It was a very interesting conversation about the Malibu fire and how that transpired and how they handled it, and just good information. And it's I wasn't able to attend last year, so I was really glad I was able to go this year.
Ditto everything else, public safety, went to League of Cities. It was a really great turnout, so thank you. I think we have to go back.
Yeah, if you don't mind, there's one more item on closed session, so before we adjourn, if we could just step back there and then we'll wrap it up, but everyone else I think is done.
Yes,
So,
this.
Bye, everybody.
Thank you. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
thank you guys.
Let's do it.
Listen, I could have sworn it went in South.